والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Okay, this next section is all about Allah giving us insight into why things went wrong, why Muslims suffered. What is it that caused the suffering? Allah says, وَلَقَدْ صَدَقَكُمُ اللَّهُ وَعْدَهُ إِذْ تَحِسُّونَهُم بِإِذْنِهِ. And certainly, truly Allah fulfilled His promise to you when you were تَحُسُّونَهُم بِإِذْنِهِ. Tahussoon from hassasa. Hassasa means to uproot something. In the context of war, it means to target, to do targeted killing. Targeted killing means that you, in the beginning of the battle, Allah fulfilled His promise to you. You were uprooting them, targeted killing, taking those important people out. As we said, 16 people got killed on the side of the Quraysh in the beginning of the battle. So things were going your way. Notice that Allah didn't say things were just going your way. Allah said, my promise was already fulfilled to you. Because after the battle, what were the munafiqun saying? They were saying, where's the promise of Allah? Remember the speech that Prophet gave in the beginning? Victory is yours, promised to you. If you are patient and have taqwa. So afterwards, people forgot about the if you had taqwa and sabr part. They just focused on the promise. Where is the promise of Allah? So Allah said, the promise, my promise was there. Don't you remember? You were, killing them. You were slaughtering them. You were annihilating them, targeted. Yeah? That's what happened in the beginning. Hatta, up until something happened. What happened? Hatta idha fashiltum. Up until fashala happened. Fashil. What does it mean to have fashil? We already covered this word. And tafshala. Now the same word is being used again. Fashil means what? Yes, you lose courage and... Huh? What was it? When it comes out. When you've lost your courage. Yes, it means to lose heart and then give up. Yeah, lose heart and give up. So Allah says, Hatta idha fashiltum. Except up until this point. Up until the point where you all, faltered. وَتَنَازَعْتُمْ. Tanaza' means for two sides to pull against each other. That's why they use it for arguing. So Allah is describing the scene on the hill of Jabal Aynain. What was happening? What was happening is that you guys were slaughtering them. You're winning. That was my promise. Up until, look what happening there. You were arguing amongst yourself. Abdullah ibn Jubair was saying, don't go from here. You're not allowed to. Prophet ﷺ has given us a covenant. We have to stay here no matter what. Others were saying, no, look, go. The battle's finished now. The ghanima. Pulling. It's like a rope being pulled from one side and the other side. تَنَازَعْتُمْ. And then, فِي الْأَمْرِ وَعَصَيْتُمْ مِنْ بَعْدِ مَا أَرَاكُمْ مَا تُحِبُّونَ. And you disobeyed after we made you see that which you love. What is it that Allah made them see that they love? The ghanima. Not just the ghanima, the victory, the fact that Islam is being superior, the enemies are running away, and the ghanima. So Allah made you see that which you love, and you know what? مِنْكُمْ مَنْ يُرِيدُ الدُّنْيَا وَمِنْكُمْ مَنْ يُرِيدُ الْآخِرَةِ. Some from amongst you, this is very harsh, some from amongst you desire the dunya. Some from amongst you desire the akhirah. Meaning from the 50 archers, some I know desire the dunya. Subhanallah. Companions fighting alongside the Prophet ﷺ. And though we know that wanting the dunya was only a small part of their intention to be there, but Allah said that was enough for me to say, you people want the dunya. And it is very harsh. Yeah? But this is what it means to Allah. That you want the dunya, even this much, it means you want the dunya in its entirety. And the other 10 that remained, minkum may yuridul akhirah. You wanted the akhirah. Allah divided them like this, in a very binary way. Even though somebody say, they only want the dunya a little bit. La, you want it a little bit? Khalas, you are people that want the dunya fully. And you want the akhirah fully, then you truly are people that want the akhirah. منكم من يريد الآخرة ثم صرفكم عنهم ليبتليكم. After that happened, then Allah turned you. Okay, عنهم, from the meaning, Allah turned your faces so that you are now facing them again. They were running away, Allah turned them around, now they're facing you all over again. The tide turned against you. They came back at you, وَلِيَبْتَلِيَكُمْ, in order that you may be tested. وَلَقَدْ عَفَا عَنْكُمْ, and Allah has pardoned you. Meaning Allah could have wiped you out because of your mistake. He could have wiped you out. Could have caused him to wipe you out, but you didn't get wiped out. You survived. And that was a form of pardoning from you. So this is very, 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 you could say very tough type of talk Allah is giving the believers. You deserve to be wiped out. You know what? I had mercy on you and I pardoned you. Wallahu dhu fadlin al mu'mineen. Allah possesses favor for and upon the believers. إذ تسعدون ولا تلوون على أحد والرسول يدعوكم في أخراكم فأثابكم غما بغم لكي لا تحزنوا على ما فاتكم ولا ما أصابكم. Now Allah describes a particular scene. When تسعدون, when you were all climbing up, meaning when you're all fleeing. When you were fleeing and the Prophet was being left by himself. When you fled, وَلَا تَلْوُونَ عَلَى أَحَدٍ, you never even turned around for anyone else. Meaning you were so occupied with thinking about your own safety, you never even turned around to see your own Prophet behind you. وَالرَّسُولُ, whilst the Prophet يَدْعُوكُمْ, he was calling you فِي إِخْرَاكُمْ, from behind. He was all the way back there and he's calling you. إِلَيَّ عِبَادَ اللَّهِ, come to me, O servants of Allah. And what were you doing? You were running away. Not even bothered to turn back. This actually happened. This is the scene from Uhud. Allah saying, this is what I saw. This is what happened. And so, فَأَثَابَكُمْ غَمًّا بِغَمٍّ, I rewarded you. Meaning, not reward as in a good sense, reward in a bad sense. I rewarded you with a gham. Gham is a feeling of distress. Gham بِغَمٍّ. So Allah says, فَأَثَابَكُمْ غَمًّا بِغَمٍّ. So Allah, you already experienced stress. Okay, but I afflicted you with another stress. What is the second stress? Do you know what that is? You're already feeling stressed and distressed because of the tide turning against you. Then I afflicted you with another one. What is the other one? Very good. The rumor. The rumor came. Now, was the rumor of the person being killed worse than losing the victory of Uhud? It was worse, wasn't it? Allah says, the reason I sent the second gham, لِكَيْ لَا تَحْزَنُوا, so that you would not grieve over that which you lost. Meaning, the feeling that you're losing the war. That's distressing. That's stressing you out. Yeah, but why is it stressing you out? Because you messed up. So, you know what? I sent another gham, and that gham is so bad that you totally forgot about the fact that you lost Uhud. And also, وَلَا مَا أَصَابَكُمْ. Okay, and that which afflicted you. So it's the other way around. That which you lost, means the ghanima that you wanted, is gone, is history. And this gham has made you forget about it. As well as the hardship that you're facing now, or the suffering. This idea that the Prophet might be dead overwhelms you. Yeah, totally takes away all other thoughts in your mind. Wallahu khabirun bima ta'malun. Allah is fully aware of that which you do. ثُمَّ أَنزَلَ عَلَيْكُم مِّن بَعْدِ الْغَمِّ أَمَنًا. After this gham came to you, then a moment of aman. Aman means peace and tranquility. In which form? Nu'as. Nu'as is the first stage of sleep. When you're just about to doze off. Just about to doze off. Now, what does that have to do with anything? It means that when you regathered and you moved up Uhud to get refuge and you were panicking, are they going to come after us or not? That moment of panic, Allah sent mercy. How did Allah send mercy? He made you fall asleep like this. That nu'as has the effect of rejuvenating you. Okay, rejuvenates you. So it takes away your anxiety, and when you wake up, you feel rejuvenated. Okay, so Allah says, this is how I dealt with you. After you messed up Then you regathered, you're now around the Prophet ﷺ again. Then I sent to you this amana. And يَغْشَى طَائِفَةٌ مِّنْكُمْ. And it covered, okay, only a party of you. وَطَائِفَةٌ قَدْ أَهَمَّتْهُمْ أَنفُسُهُمْ يَظُنُّونَ بِاللَّهِ غَيْرَ الْحَقِّ ظَنَّ الْجَاهِلِيَّةِ. However, some of you, you were exempt from this. You never tasted that sweet, rejuvenating sleep. Why? Because you were worried about yourself. This, they said, were regarding some munafiqun. Some munafiqun were still there in the battle. And when the Muslims were experiencing the nu'as, they were there on the side and they couldn't go to sleep because they're just so worried about themselves. You know, they're full of worry, over worried about themselves. They never managed to get that rejuvenating sleep. Okay? Instead, what did they do? يَظُنُّونَ بِاللَّهِ غَيْرَ الْحَقِّ ظَنَّ الْجَاهِلِيَّةِ. They started to have bad thoughts, jahili thoughts. What kind of thoughts? If he's a prophet, why are we losing? Yes, those type of thoughts. Where is this promise of God exactly? I mean, where is it? We're not winning, are we? Where is the promise of God? ظَنَّ الْجَاهِلِيَّةِ. Kind of things you used to think about back in the day when you were messed up. Now you're thinking about it now. Some of you. And that's why you're unable to experience this sleep. يَقُولُونَ هَلْ لَنَا مِنَ الْأَمْرِ مِنْ شَيْءٍ. And they were saying, don't we have a share in this matter? Meaning, why didn't people listen to us? We are the ones that were saying, don't go out to fight, let's fight from within the city. Why didn't people listen to us? قُلْ إِنَّ الْأَمْرَ كُلَّهُ لِلَّهِ. Say that the matter is totally with Allah. Meaning, whether you went or you didn't go, Allah's in control, not you. Don't say that, if this, if that. If this, if that, regardless, Allah's in control. Whatever is supposed to happen, Allah makes it happen. Whatever is not going to happen, Allah does not let it happen. Allah is in charge. Don't say, if only you guys listened to me, we wouldn't have this problem. No. إِنَّ الْأَمْرَ كُلَّهُ لِلَّهِ يُخْفُونَ فِي أَنفُسِهِمْ مَا لَا يُبْدُونَ لَكَ. And they were concealing within themselves that which they wouldn't say. They were cowardly. They wouldn't say out loud. يَقُولُونَ لَوْ كَانَ لَنَا مِنَ الْأَمْرِ شَيْءٌ مَا قُتِلْنَا هَؤُنَا. This is what I was talking about. So they said, if it was up to us, we would have stayed back in Medina. If we stayed back in Medina, we wouldn't have been killed. Somebody might think, that's a point actually. If we did listen to you guys, then you know what? We'd probably still be alive. We probably still wouldn't have suffered. So Allah corrects that misunderstanding. قُلْ. And subhanAllah, this is quite an amazing verse. قُلْ لَوْ كُنْتُمْ فِي بُيُوتِكُمْ لَبَرَزَ الَّذِينَ كُتِبَ عَلَيْهِمُ الْقَتْلُ إِلَى مَضَاجِعِهِمْ. Say to them, these people, that those of you upon whom death was written, then death would have come to you even if you were sleeping in your beds. And if death was written for you to die at Uhud and you stayed back, death would have come and chased you into your home, up into your bed and grabbed you there. The other tafsir is the other way around, that you would have been taken out of your beds, dragged to your very spot in Uhud and be left dead. Subhanallah. Allah Jalla wa Ala is saying, if I want you to die, you'll die. It doesn't matter where you are. You're saying, if this, if that, if this, you still would have died. If this doesn't. So don't say these things. This is a jahil way of thinking. وَلِيَبْتَلِيَ اللَّهُ مَا فِي صُدُورِكُمْ وَلِيُمَحِّصَ مَا فِي قُلُوبِكُمْ. And Allah did all of this in order to test, to see what's inside of your chest and to purify that which is in your hearts. وَاللَّهُ عَلِيمٌ بِذَاتِ الصُّدُورِ. Because Allah knows everything that the chest possess, meaning we all have our fair share of bad, evil thoughts. Some of us have them worse than others. Allah knows all of them. And so Allah tests people to see what's inside of you. Uhud comes and they were thinking all these bad, evil thoughts. When it did happen, they started saying all these things. I didn't know you guys think like that. If and but and only if and where's the promise of God. You were all quiet back in the day and now this happened. Wow. So that's what you're really like. Allah brings that to the fore. Okay, that brings us to the end of that short session. There's two lessons here. Number one, Allah's help is conditional. Allah's help is conditional is taught to us in the first verse. وَلَقَدْ صَدَقَكُمُ اللَّهُ وَعْدَهُ إِذْ تَحُسُّونَهُمْ بِإِذْنِي. Because Allah says, my promise was coming true to you up until what? Up until you started to lose courage and you started to bicker amongst yourself. Meaning, two things happened. Number one, you disunited. The moment you disunited, my hope stopped. SubhanAllah. Disunity is what stopped my promise from continuing on. Number two, وَعَصَيْتُمْ, and you disobeyed the command of your leader. Leader gives an order, you're supposed to follow it. And it's such an important thing that you lost a whole battle because of disobeying one command. Just one command. And more to the point, my help ceased as well. My help ceased because of disunity and because of lack of respect for the authority. You chose this as your leader. The Prophet ﷺ is your leader. You accepted your leader. So when he asks you to do, you should do. Never should you disobey your leader. If you do, the consequences can be disastrous. Yeah, can be disastrous. And that's why the second lesson is also there, encouragement to unity. For if we're being told that Uhud, one of the reasons why we lost at Uhud was because of disunity, then it means that if we were united and we didn't bicker amongst ourselves, then we'd win. Yeah, unity is the cause of Allah's aid coming to us. Okay, there's 15 more minutes, and I'll finish off in 15 minutes, inshallah. Or do you need a 2-minute break? Okay, the last section now, inshallah. Lessons learned from Uhud. This is the overall theme of the last passage. Okay, they're selected verses, they're not a consistent sequence of verses. First two verses, أَوَلَمَّا أَصَابَتْكُمْ مُصِيبَةٌ قَدْ أَصَابَتُمْ مِثْلَيْهَا قُلْتُمْ أَنَّا هَذَا. Why is it that when calamity happens to you, when you have already inflicted twice as much, you say, how could this possibly happen? A great calamity came to the believers, and that was the suffering at Uhud. Some people start to say, أَنَّا هَذَا, where exactly is this coming from? Now some people start questioning, how can I lose my job? What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? Well, what did I do to deserve this? That type of questioning, some people start to do that. أَنَّ هَذَا. Allah says, I'll tell you. قُلْ, say to them, هُوَ مِنْ عِنْدِ أَنفُسِكُمْ. That was coming from your own selves. You were the cause of your own suffering. You were the cause. إِنَّ اللَّهَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ. And Allah is in full control of everything. Meaning, I have decreed that if you cannot unify, if you argue amongst yourselves, if you disobey your leader's command, I have decreed that you will suffer as a consequence. I have decreed that. Yeah. So when you suffer, and you say who, why, what, look at your own self. You are the reason why you're suffering. وَمَا أَصَابَكُمْ يَوْمَ الْتَقَى الْجَمْعَانِ فَبِإِذْنِ اللَّهِ وَلِيَعْلَمَ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. And again, Allah emphasizes, and what afflicted you on the day that the two parties collided or came together, number one was by the permission of Allah. In order what? In order that the true believers become known. That is the reason why I wanted. So that the true believers shine, okay? And the munafiqun become exposed. Then later on Allah says, وَلَا تَحْسَبَنَّ الَّذِينَ قُتِلُوا فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ أَمْوَاتًا بَلْ أَحْيَاءٌ عِنْدَ رَبِّهِمْ يُرْزَقُونَ. Verses praising the martyrs. Allah says, don't think or assume that those that are killed in the path of Allah are dead. Rather, they are alive. عِنْدَ رَبِّهِمْ يُرْزَقُونَ. They are alive with their Rabb, with their Master, being provided for. Which means that death may have come to them, but their souls are still alive. Yeah? That their bodies may be dead, lying on the ground, but they're with Allah now. Meaning their souls are with Allah, and their awareness, their senses, their feelings are still alive. And they are with Allah, and they are being provided for as well. Yeah, provided for as well. So Allah then says, فَرِحِينَ بِمَا آتَاهُمُ اللَّهِ. They are elated with what Allah has given them. مِنْ فَضْلِهِ. From His fadl. Fadl is to be given something you don't even deserve. Yeah, over and above what you deserve, that's a fadl. So Allah says they are so happy with what they have been given by Allah from His grace. وَيَسْتَبْشِرُونَ بِالَّذِينَ لَمْ يَلْحَقُوا. Now this, subhanAllah, is interesting. Allah first mentions that they are like so happy, unbelievably happy with what Allah has given them. Just imagine someone gave you a 20 million pound check right now. I said, look, akhi, you know what? I'm just so impressed with the fact that you came here to study Quran. Okay, and I've never been able to do that myself. And I don't think I'll ever be able to do it myself. But I want you to take this money and just dedicate your life to just studying the deen and teaching other people. Just take this 20 million. Are you serious? That's it. Go cash it right now. Imagine how happy you would be. Everything is sorted. Life couldn't be better, isn't it? Life couldn't be better. Alhamdulillah. No bills, no job, no nothing. Khalas, I might even hand in my resignation tomorrow. Yeah? And I'll tell the boss what to do with his job. So I'm so happy. Yani, imagine that times a million in Jannah with Allah. Despite that, Allah says, you know what those mujahideen that died for my sake are thinking about? They're thinking about their comrades that are still on the earth fighting. Look what Allah says, يَسْتَبْشِرُونَ بِالَّذِينَ لَمْ يَلْحَقُوا بِهِمْ مِنْ خَلْفِهِمْ أَلَّا خَوْفٌ عَلَيْهِمْ وَلَا هُمْ يَحْزَنُونَ. That they are congratulating each other. Look, those guys are still there on the other side. They don't know what's in store for them yet. It's a moment of time before we come together. Oh man. Then there'll be no khawf alayhim wa lahum yahzan. There'll be no sadness, there'll be no grief. Just waiting for that moment so I can see my brother. Allahu Akbar. The bond of Iman, it travels from this dunya into Jannah. That's what we're being told. This friendship that we have as brothers because of Islam, it permeates beyond this universe into paradise. Allahu Akbar. And the fact is that you could have the best of rewards. That bond of brotherhood is still there in the back of your mind. I want it for him as well. I'm waiting for the day he comes here. Man, it's going to be fantastic. If only they knew what it's like over here. If only. You know, that's what they are talking about. Amazing. الَّذِينَ قَالَ لَهُمُ النَّاسُ إِنَّ النَّاسَ قَدْ جَمَعُوا لَكُمْ فَاخْشَوْهُمْ. Okay. Now going back to the end of Uhud, what happened? Well, we heard the Quraysh are going to come back for another second attack. Prophet says, no, let's go back and fight them. Let's not wait for them here. Wow, that's difficult. Munafiqun say, are you crazy? You're going to go back there? And look, there's only 70 of you. So what do they say? An-Nas, meaning Abu Sufyan and all of his warriors over there, قَدْ جَمَعُوا لَكُمْ. They have come and amassed against you, meaning you're going to get slaughtered if you go back. فَخْشَوْهُمْ. Be fearful of them. Be scared of those guys, man. Oh, really? What's your reaction going to be as believers? Look at their reaction. فَزَادَهُمْ إِيمَانًا. That, oh my God, be scared of them. They're coming for you. Just increases my iman. فَزَادَهُمْ إِيمَانًا. My iman just goes up because of that. I don't get scared. Because you know what? Allah is with me. Why should I be scared? If anything, if I die, I'm going to Jannah. Why should I be scared? I'm not going to be scared of them. I should be scared of Allah. So what you said only served to increase me in my faith. فَزَادَهُمْ إِيمَانًا وَقَالُوا. And they expressed that increase of iman by saying what Ibrahim said when he was flung into the fire, حَسْبُنَ اللَّهُ وَنِعْمَ الْوَكِيلُ. Sufficient for us is Allah, and the best disposer of affairs. Meaning, the person who I'll say, Allah, now you look after me. I can't do anything now. No more I can do. Allah, I'm relying on you. Look after me. The best one to say that to is Allah. Ni'mal wakil. فَانْقَلَبُوا. And so they went to Hamra al-Asad. They went to fight, and they were prepared to fight. But you know what? فَانْقَلَبُوا بِنِعْمَةٍ مِّنَ اللَّهِ. They ended up coming back to Medina by the blessing of Allah. Meaning, they never had to fight in the first place. In the end, sorry. They never had to fight in the end. They went to fight, they went to battle them, but you know what? The Quraysh got scared, they left. And so they returned back to Medina by the blessing of Allah, meaning Allah saved them from having to fight. وَفَضْلٍ, as well as giving them a grace. And this means that Allah rewarded them for fighting jihad even though they never fought. Why? إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالنِّيَّاتِ. They desired to fight. I'm ready, Allah. Okay, no problem. That's enough for me. I can reward you as if you fought. As if you fought. So they didn't fight. No, they didn't fight. But they wanted to. Truly, sincerely, Allah gave them a fadl. Allah gave them that reward. لَمْ يَمْسَسْهُمْ سُوء. And no evil touched them. وَاتَّبَعُوا رِضْوَانَ اللَّهِ. Why did I do this? Because they were seeking the pleasure of Allah. وَاللَّهُ ذُو فَضْلٍ عَظِيمٍ. Allah's favor is indeed immense. And the last verse of this passage, Allah gives us a summary, if you like, of the events of Uhud. Allah says, مَا كَانَ اللَّهُ لِيَذَرَ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ عَلَى مَا أَنْتُمْ عَلَيْهِ حَتَّى يَمِيزَ الْخَبِيثَ مِنَ الطَّيِّبِ. Allah will only leave the believers in the position you are now in so that He can sift out the rotten from the good. The whole experience is merely a filter. Filter out the khabith, which is the evil, despicable, rotten, from the tayyib, the pure, the good, the wholesome. This is the whole reason we did it. Now if you look closely, the verse, there's what's called iltifat. Allah moves by talking in the third person narrative to the second person narrative. I've highlighted that in purple. Allah says, مَا كَانَ اللَّهُ لِيَذَرَ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. Allah, okay, it is not becoming of Allah to يَذَرَ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ, to leave the believers upon that which you are on. Surely it should be, Allah will not leave the believers upon that which they are on. Meaning, I'm not going to leave them as a community without tests like Uhud. But instead of saying, I'm not going to leave them like that, based on what they are upon, Allah said, I'm not going to leave them on their current situation, knowing what you are upon. Do you get this? Allah, it's not befitting for Allah to leave the believers to remain in their state whilst they are upon what you are upon. What that means is that believers are always going to have this problem of the fifth column. There's always going to be people that lack faith, number one, but more importantly, despise you, but masquerade to be Muslims. Just like it was in the time of Medina. Yeah, that's how believers are always going to be. There's always going to be a community of believers, and they're going to be what you are upon now. How would you mean what we are upon? Yeah, you are a community of believers, and they're weak ones, strong ones, and they are munafiqun. And so the tests are going to come to all those communities, and the reason I do that, to make the khabith come out and to make the tayyib come out. Yeah, this is our life. This is our life basically. Like Uhud, Allah sends these tests in order to sift out who is the pure one, who is the filthy one. وَمَا كَانَ اللَّهُ لِيُطَلِعَكُمْ عَلَى الْغَيْبِ. Somebody might say, any Uhud, and Allah saying to sift out the, sift out the rotten from the pure. Why doesn't Allah just tell us who they are? Why doesn't Allah just tell us? Allah says it's not befitting for Allah to reveal to you the unseen. Yeah. Well, what about the Prophet then? Can't you tell him? Allah responds to that as well. وَلَكِنَّ اللَّهَ يَجْتَبِي مِنْ رُسُلِهِ مَنْ يَشَاءُ. And I tell the ghaib to some of my messengers, meaning I'll tell them a portion of it. This will happen in the future. A portion of the ghaib is told to them. Like the 70 munafiqun, they were told to the Prophet ﷺ. He already knew that ghaib. Okay, but I'm not going to tell him everything. That is something I have. And don't say, if only, if only. Intended testing is part of my decree. It's always going to be the case. Don't say, if only we knew this, if only that. La. Always going to be the case that I am testing people. Always. Therefore, فَآمِنُوا بِاللَّهِ وَرُسُلِهِ. So believe in Allah and His messengers. وَإِن تُؤْمِنُوا وَتَتَّقُوا فَلَكُمْ أَجْرٌ عَظِيمٌ. And if only you would have belief, all of you, and have taqwa, all of you, then فَلَكُمْ, for you all would be a immense, mighty reward. Yeah. So this brings us to the end of this passage. There's many lessons here. I'll just touch on two of them, the first two. Number one lesson, paradise is a gift from Allah, not an exchange for deeds. Paradise is a gift from Allah, not an exchange of deeds. Some people may think that, if we do good deeds, then surely God is going to reward us. It's true, He is. But somebody may think, God owes me for what I did. Some people have this, I prayed salah, God owes me the job that I want. He owes it to me for, look what I've done. Astaghfirullah, as if to say, it's an exchange. I give you salah, you give me this. Yeah. Allah says, no, it's not like this. Allah, look at the shuhada. فَرِحِينَ بِمَا آتَاهُمُ اللَّهُ مِنْ فَضْلِهِ. Even the martyrs are given a reward that they don't even deserve. Even the martyrs. What then about you? And can you sacrifice more than a martyr? No. But even if you did, you'll get more than what you deserve. For my reward, you don't deserve it. As in the proportion of the reward you don't deserve. You deserve to be rewarded, but not like that. Yeah, that's just, no one deserves that. No one could earn that reward. That's a gift from Allah to you. And the second and the last one we'll cover is life in al-barzakh, and the meeting of the souls. This again about the shuhada. Shuhada are talking to each other. يَسْتَبَشِرُونَ بِنِعْمَةٍ مِّنَ اللَّهِ. They're talking to each other. They're congratulating each other about their comrades on earth. Which means that if they're talking to each other, they must be living somewhere, isn't it? Where are they living? They're living in barzakh, the life of the barzakh. Allah and the Prophet told us exactly how that life is for them. They're inside the bellies of green birds, roaming around the skies of paradise, and then they perch themselves in lanterns beneath the arsh of Rahman, subhanAllah. Beneath the throne of Ar-Rahman, they find themselves inside the belly of a green bird, perched there. And you can't even imagine the bliss. And the way the Prophet described it is like they went from such a, critical, dire, desperate situation to sublime bliss. Sublime bliss. So may Allah give us the reward of the shuhada. May Allah give us the death of a shaheed. And may Allah give us the sabr to withstand the tests and to prove our iman to Him, inshallah. Subhanakallah wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk wa jazakumullahu khair.